So I want to welcome us, Sacred Eight. Thank you for making the effort and the time to join us for this new moon and this Sanctify the Dream. Really, I really feel quite called to the turning of our message. I feel very grateful, that Santa Barbara is hosting some really moderate temperatures. B, the lake is near full, and also that California got to edge out a drought. It was just so serious, and we grow so much food for the United States and probably for the world, so it's important that we kind of keep things in balance here. I went to see Graham Nash last night. I'm gonna start crying. It was so moving, and this man's been tuned in to, what's been happening in the oceans and what's been happening in the vision politically and climate change for since I was a 20-year-old. And I'm not going to tell you how many years ago it was. But it's real, it's really, we had the hottest day on earth that's ever been recorded, over the 4th. And so it really tuned me in to, hey, we did an experiment here in California, Santa Barbara, California, et cetera. We did an experiment. I've done this experiment many times with groups of 8 or more, and it works. So our next mission that I'm very deeply being called to, very deeply, emotionally. Yes. Yeah, waking up. In the middle of the night and in the morning, really feeling into it. And this planet, the beautiful thing about the Ohm is it's got a view of the ocean, and it's got a view of lots and lots of trees in this one very wooded and tree populated area in Santa Barbara. And then the mesa has lots and lots of trees. So you just see a few houses, and it's so beautiful. And the other day, I just said, I heard a hawk in the distance, said, why don't you come here and live in one of our tall trees? We got some good oaks here for you. We've got some kind of very strange Australian, very tall tree. About an hour later, there's a hawk, and I keep hearing it and hearing it. I'm looking up in the sky. I don't see it. And I finally walk out to the Ohm and look towards the tree, and it's sitting in a branch going, I'm here. What do you want? And so there's an attunement here, as there are in many places, if we just tune into it, and to the quantum, to the greater possibility that we can manifest. And I think I'm going to send you a little story I wrote over my time off. It's called The Power of 8. And I hope that by reading it, you really get inspired to show up here on these Mondays. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I can't be attached to anything anymore, but I feel the call so strongly in my blood and in my bones, and my nervous system is where it really feels it. So we're going to be working on that in whatever way we're guided. And it's not it's not a thought form. It's not like, oh, we have to do this. Although a very, very strong message that my purpose here is to do something as significant as possible, and not even recognizable, but just to really start to undertake this alliance and connection with the co-creative aspect of this reality, which is the quantum, which we call the quantum. And I'm just so grateful to the James Webb. And I really suggest that if you go on Yahoo and really start dialing into their James Webb, they send you as many pictures as possible and many articles as possible. And you start to see, wow, they're starting to really talk about dark matter and dark energy and dark stars. And I feel like that is the antimatter aspect of ourselves, and part of what fuels this sense of mystery in our reality. I'm starting to put these things together for myself and utilize them in my in my healing work, my meditations, and just how I'm approaching life. And I'm going to say that in as much as I feel very emotionally inclined towards fulfilling a soul purpose or towards making a difference, I also recognize it can't be attached. Just wake up every day and go, what can I do today? Sometimes it's as simple as a meditation. Sometimes it's mantras. Sometimes it's being kind. Whenever you have a moment to be kind, be kind. Oh my God, it just such a huge, huge vibration, that kindness. Okay, so thank you for letting me share my feelings of the moment. Okay, and I'm going to also say that, I know many of you are aware that my three other members of the Funny Farm are now over there on the other side. And definitely, I know a couple of them, Ku and Carmi, are holding space on the Rainbow Bridge. I think that Sibyllin, at one point, soon after she left, I tuned into her, and she was just pulling away into the mystery. And so I think she's going to a very unknown to me place. And I think I'm very excited for it, because I think there's going to be some things that are revealed. And I don't know if you caught this, but I was called to bury her on the property, and she wanted to be buried in Bella's garden, another dear one we lost. And so I went to my secret stash and I pulled out a beautiful owl feather, because we called her Mrs. Owl, because she looked like an owl sometimes. We think she was an owl in her last life. And someone came over and said, your cat was an owl last time. So anyway, I went and when I buried her with some sacred items, one of them was an owl feather. And literally within 24 hours, she gave me another one. And I was walking out of a park, walking my dog, and there was another. And then the next day, there was another one on the tennis court of all places. So she was like, hey, I'm going to replace your stash and I'm going to double it. And that's Sibyllin. And as you know, that's a very profound, that is the mystery, that avatar frequency. And that's my alignment is with Sibyllin. And I think Sibyllin came through and said, you're going to name your cat that, because I was going to name her something else. Okay, thank you for letting me carry on like this, and let's get to our work today. And just feel into, if you will, your heart. What are you holding in your heart right now? I hope you're holding yourself first. A sense of yourself, a sense of your emotional body, and a sense of your soul purpose. Now, how unique and special you are to this creation. And it's really important that we feel this and hold this, nod our heads and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to acknowledge that with gratitude that I have a body and I have presence, and I'm doing the work. I'm doing my work. I'm doing the work. And that's our love, love, love. And even as those words move into your field, it creates our field. Love, love, love. And the field starts to form around me instantly. Love, love, love. And let the field form around you. Let it encase you. Let it permeate you. It's not something outside us. Sanctity within. And then note the edges of your vehicle and how your vehicle holds density as some kind of truth. And then soften those edges to invite and allow even more of the field to align itself in your reality. Align and allow. Align and allow. And allow yourself to dip into this frequency of the quantum. And to recognize it in whatever way you can as a deeper reality. The co-creative reality of this world. And I say co-creative because we're participating in the dream. And then personally see if you can extend your sense of this quantum and your perception of it out to the world, like beyond your city or town. Just expand it out and imagine that you can expand it out to include the whole world, whole of the planet. Its cities, its funky towns, its deserts. And we're going to right now exclude the humans. Just going to tune in to the bricks and mortar. Distance, I hear a red-tailed hawk saying yes, 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 yes. Expand and extend your awareness as a planetary healer, because that's what you are. You're a planetary healer. You signed up. You're drawn to it. There's some level of commitment in you. Keep showing up. And take a breath, my beautiful friends, into it all. Take a breath into it and go, wow. We can't even imagine the complexity of what we breathe into, but we do it because all is one in the quantum. All is one as it aligns with the oneness of love. Love, love, love. And as you and you and you and you, all of us expand, we create a planetary force of 8. Planetary force of 8 over the whole planet. And we're saying, we're showing up today. We are going to co-participate the co-creation of the elemental aspects of this reality. We are going to co-participate in the phenomena of that we call weather. As active observers and active intenders. Observe, intend equals co-create. But you have to energize the intention, don't you? So collectively today, we energize our intention. Consciousness rises, temperatures normalize. Temperatures normalize. Like a sigh out. That's better. Kenja Kai Ma. World temperatures normalize. Aknar Kenja Kai Ma. World temperatures normalize. Aknar Kenja Kai Ma. World temperatures normalize. And I like my visualization of turning down the heat dial. Just a notch. Just like, oh, that's better. And we understand that there are beings on the planet who are going to make decisions today that are going to counter that. And they're going to be tinged with greed and power, thirst. And we're going to just observe them. Just observe them. Just observe them. If you and I observe without judging, we have the greatest impetus and power to shift that inclination. Observe. Without judgment. We turn the dial for that level of awareness and consciousness. So we turn that dial up. More aware. More aware of consciousness and consequence. The consequences being not only for those that have children and grandchildren, etc., but the consequences of all those amazing, beautiful beings, down from the microorganisms to the insects, the sea creatures, the avian friends, mammals, plants and trees, all of them that make up this absolutely amazing, amazing planet. And we're here. So this next period of time for our mission, and I imagine it's going to take 9 months. This last one took 9 months. It's going to take 9 months. It's a birthing process. We're going to look as well for signs that things are changing, things are improving, evolving. I suggest you write them down or grab a headline. I'm creating a special file for those headlines, those breakthrough moments for scientists, especially the young ones. And in addition to what we could say, planetary healers, world servers, we're going to say, as a revolving group of 8, world observers. Elevate yourself by noticing when you judge anything, be it an ugly car or a person who just cut in front of you in line. Notice reaction and go, uh-huh. That's it. Uh-huh. Take action when you can. But our greatest power will be to observe the frequency that is spurring egregious greed and I'm going to make up a word, incognizance of the effect of those actions, those decisions, those grabs. And we're going to just observe that and nod our heads and as a group of 8 observing it. And it can be 8 or more, but we're just going to nod our heads and we're going to observe it. And what that does, same thing with you, right? Order. Observe, resolve, dissolve, evolve, and revolve, regenerate. Homeopathy is a very interesting science, very powerful one if used with intelligence and intuition. And what it says is, I cannot have 2 things in the same place at the same moment in 3D, 4D. They just can't do it. And if I were able to successfully take exactly the same thing and put them exactly in the same time space at the same moment, they'd both disappear. So you treat the effects or the symptoms of taking arsenic with homeopathic arsenicum alb. And it gets rid of the symptoms. It's very interesting. So we're going to be world homeopaths. And so, yeah, I do. I read the news and I observe if I react. And then I See if there's anything that I'm to interact or interact with, we'll say, or take action. It's like most of it is no. And I'm letting it collect in a basket to be attended to by us in the right time, space, here, density. On the quantum, however. So today is about finding your commitment to this planet, your planet. And to see if you're ready to step into that mantle. Of world observer. And the beautiful thing is we can do it from the sanctity of our vehicle and our living space. We don't have to go carry signs, although you're more than welcome to do that. Not required. So I'm getting a message here. Those that drill needlessly and selfishly, we're going to observe that in this moment. Those that drill, it just came in. I'm like, okay, taking directions, taking orders here. Those that drill, we're just observing that. We note in some cases, no attention to conserving. The attention is how much can I get out to sell? So we're just observing that. Minerals, fuel, and water. And of course, gems. Now, here's what's interesting. Y'all participated. And then I heard the word observed. I heard a little crack. And then I saw the crystal field just expanded through that aspect of density. Very interesting how this could go down. Very interesting. Instead of world servers, world observers. Okay, deep breath in, beautiful beings. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. There is a gorgeous world here, an amazing universe out there. It's just mind-boggling. And we're participating with love in our hearts, intention in our minds, and purpose in our souls, fueling us. And I'm guided to tell you, take really good care of your bodies, eat well, do the right kind of exercise for you, and allow in the good thoughts. Observe the ones that seem a little off and release mindless chatter. And you become this, you're going to feel so much better. Also, watch what you're attached to. Watch what you're attached to. The more you let go of attachment, the more empowered you will find yourself being in your personal life. We've all heard this from many, many, many spiritual masters. It's nothing new, but perhaps it's time. I'm going to, for your participation today, I'm going to send you the power of 8 to inspire you. And I'm really grateful that you all found your way into the quantum with me today. If you're watching this video later, this inspires you to join us. And when you join us, I'll send you, I think it's about a 10-page article. It's stories, it's memoir is what it is. How I came to this, it's memoir. So beautiful day to you and you and you and you. I'm going all around our circle here. We're going to call it a circle, but it's a sphere. Thank you for holding space on the globe. Thank you. Love, love, love to you. Namaste.